Hello FIGGIE fiends and collectors, this is me, Daniel East 1000, back again with another Indiana Jones Adventure Series figure review. Today we're going to be having a look at a 2-pack of which I have been highly anticipating ever since it was revealed at Star Wars Celebration Europe that I was in attendance of, and as soon as I was able to put a pre-order on this, I was instantly on it. Just initial predictions here, but I think this pack is definitely going to come down in price. I know for a fact it will, but I don't care because it came with one character that I never thought Hasbro would ever do. But they proved me wrong. I am of course referring to the 2-pack of René Belloq and Marcus Brody. What a weird pairing. I think multi-packs in this line have been a hugely missed opportunity. Multi-packs were a key inclusion in the 3 3/4 inch line and offered a great way to army build. I think a lot of the figures, particularly some of the exclusives they've released, could have come as 2-packs. Indy as a hero and a villain pairing. Just for example, the Cairo Indy could have come with the Cairo Swordsman. The Club Obi-Wan Indiana Jones from Temple of Doom could have definitely come with Lao She. And of course, I think one of the biggest source submissions have been grunts for Indy to beat up. A German Nazi soldier 2-pack has been sorely missing in this line, because obviously you want Indy to bash the fash. So this is the first and so far only 2-pack we've gotten in this line. René Belloq and Marcus Brody. Let's take a look at the packaging first, then the figures themselves. Of course, you've got the Indiana Jones Adventure Series logo at the top there, CGI renders of the figures themselves, and of course that lovely artist-created imagery. Marcus Brody and René Belloq. You've got the legal MacGuffin there as well. On the spine, you've got the corresponding characters. So on this side, you've got Indiana Jones Adventure Series with René Belloq there. And then a scene from the film where they've captured Marion. On the other side, you've of course got Indiana Jones Adventure Series at the top there. A lovely picture of Marcus Brody and him having a little discussion with Indy in his classroom. Nonetheless though, on the back, you've got CGI renders of the figures themselves, as well as a breakdown of the accessories that they come with, the film that they appear in, Marcus Brody, René Belloq, and a ton of legal MacGuffin at the bottom there. And at the bottom here as well. René Belloq and Marcus Brody, they don't even appear in the same scene as each other, so I can't intersplice a clip with them. Nonetheless though, let's have a look at the figures themselves while not intersplicing to a clip from the film, which is kind of annoying. So here we have the figures in all their fortune and glory. Again, a weird pairing to be honest, considering they don't share screen time together at all in the film. Not too sure on Hasbro's decision making there. I feel like with René Belloq they maybe should have included Indy in his German disguise with the rocket launcher, as that would have really paired well, or even with Marcus Brody, a Professor Indy. Although that wouldn't be a particularly riveting 2-pack, it is suffice to say. But nonetheless, these are 2 really welcome additions to the line. So let's take a look at these figures individually in their own right, starting off with Marcus Brody.
I had it, Marcus. I had it in my hand.
What happened?
Yes.
Huh. Belloq?
You want to hear about it?
Not at all. I'm sure everything you do for the museum conforms to the International Treaty for the Protection of Antiquities.
So here we have the figure itself. I'm so pleased Hasbro actually had the stones to do a Marcus Brody. This for me in the 3 3/4 inch line was a character that I really wanted to see, and it was a somewhat bigger mission from the line at that point. It's weird that we've got him so soon in this line. Again, it's more than welcome. So let's just take a close-up at this guy. The head sculpt is absolutely brilliant. It's a really good likeness, pretty damn spot on to the actor. Of course, he's wearing this suit, which looks very dapper, very nice. Of course, the tie there looks very good. The shoes as well, I do have to note, are particularly shiny. There's a nice finish on those. But overall, a very basic figure. But the accessories that he does come with do really set it off. Of course, if we go into some of those now, you've got this really tiny little apple that he does in the film pick up from Indy's desk. And of course, the only other accessory that he comes with is this book, of which in the film it's what they use to show the US officials what the Ark of the Covenant is.
There's a picture of it right here. That's it.
Of course, you can open that up and look at the detailing on that. That is absolutely fantastic. I know there is a big gaping sort of white blank space there where it should really be closed up to form the sort of book spine, but that's fine. For all intensive purposes, it works. Just really, really well detailed. Of course, you've got the picture of the Ark of the Covenant there as well. The text. And this closes up via some clasps here, which just sort of rest on there like that. That keeps it all together and closed. There's not really too much detailing, or paint rather, going on the actual cover itself. And you can actually get Marcus to hold it under his arm like so. Just a really, really nice set of accessories. I can't really think of anything else that they could put with a Marcus Brody figure. Of course, this is his depiction from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Doesn't have a particularly big role in that film, and definitely gets way more screen time in The Last Crusade, of which is where my adoration of the character comes from, because he is really the comedic relief.
Brody's got friends in every town and village from here to the Sudan. He speaks a dozen languages, knows every local custom. He'll blend in, disappear. You'll never see him again. With any luck, he's got the grail already.
Does anyone here speak English? Or even ancient Greek? Water, no, thank you, sir. No, fish make love in it. Oh, my goodness me, thank you so much. No, I don't thank you. No, I really don't want... Thank you very much. No, thank you, madam, I'm a vegetarian. Does anyone understand a word I'm saying?
So that's Marcus Brody for you. In terms of his articulation, he has a head, a ball joint in the neck, although it's quite limited due to the tie, of course. You've got actually butterfly joints in the shoulders, ball jointed shoulders as well, ball jointed elbows, ball jointed wrists. There is possibly an ab crunch in there, but it's quite limited due to the waistcoat. Ball joint in the lower half of the torso at least, ball jointed hips, swivels at the tops of the thighs, ball jointed knees and ball jointed ankles with the rocker joints. So you can get this guy in some really, really good poses, although you can have him more in this sort of studious, astute pose more than anything. So that's Marcus Brody. Let's take a look at René Belloq.
Okay, stand back. All of you, stand back. Stand back. Okay, Jones. You win. Blow it up. Zurück! 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 Yes, blow it up! Blow it back to God. All your life has been spent in pursuit of archaeological relics. Inside the Ark are treasures beyond your wildest aspirations. You want to see it open as well as I. Indiana, we are simply passing through history. This is history.
So here we have René Belloq in his Ark Showdown look, although I would say it's more in his Cairo encounter with Indy, just because in his Ark Showdown look he has striping on the inner shirt, which this figure is actually missing. But it still looks pretty accurate enough. I know it's a tiny nitpick, but it's worth noting. In terms of the look of this guy, it's absolutely brilliant. You can even get him, as I've got here, in that pose where he's looking disapprovingly at Indy. You've got his hat there. The head sculpt is really, really good. fantastic lightness to the actor. And then if you look at the back, you've got a bit of dry brushing to pick out some of the hairs from that grey. The jacket looks great as well. Just a really cool looking suited figure. If we come down to the legs, you've got these very fancy looking shoes. Really, really great stuff. Again, very basic on first glance, but Hasbro have really done a great job on this guy. The only accessory that this figure comes with, he doesn't have a removable hat, sadly. Would have been cool if you could take that off so he could fan himself a bit like he does in the film. But yeah, the only accessory he comes with is the machine gun that he yanks off the German soldier. And you can put that in his hand, ward Indy off a little bit from trying to blow up the Ark of the Covenant. So that's a really, really cool accessory. Again, just makes me wish we could get some German soldiers to go with this guy, just because we need some grunts for Indy to bash. Again, it's what the line's really lacking, but nonetheless though, looks really set off with that, looks absolutely great. I think I'm going to probably have him posed without this though, have him in a bit more of a neutral pose. But yeah, I'm not too sure what they could have included with this figure. Maybe the little watch that he sort of dangles in front of Indy.
It's worthless. $10 from a vendor in the street. But I take it, and bury it in the sand for 1,000 years, it becomes priceless. Like the Ark. Men will kill for it. Men like you and me.
So I think the machine gun is enough, really. In terms of the figure's articulation, he has a ball jointed head on a dumbbell joint, but it is quite limited due to the tie, like with Marcus. He only has ball jointed shoulders, there's no butterfly joints in there. Ball jointed elbows, ball jointed wrists, ball jointed torso at the lower part, ball jointed hips, swivels at the tops of the thighs, ball jointed knees, and ball jointed ankles with the rocker joint. So you can get this guy in some really good poses. If we just drag in Marcus Brody for some final thoughts, as I said, this line has been severely lacking multi-figure packs. I'm not too sure if this was the right way to go about it. I'm not too sure how many people were clamouring for a Marcus Brody. I certainly was. So thank you, Hasbro, for appeasing me. And I'm sure some other collectors out there that were asking for him. It's nice to have a variation on René Belloq that isn't in that damn ceremonial gear that we always seem to get. So very pleased with this guy. Just a weird pairing. It would have been nice to have two more scene-specific characters together, but nonetheless, I'm very happy that we did get these two. Although again, like with a lot of these figures, it is gonna be bittersweet if we don't get certain characters or generic grunts for Indy to go up against, of which I really feel like a multi-figure pack would be more suited for in filling a lot of gaps in this line. But nonetheless, this is what we've got. This may be the only multi-figure pack we will get. Hasbro's not slated any more figures at the moment for the Indiana Jones line outside of what we've been shown already. I really hope we get some more stuff. There's a lot of possibilities out there of what they could do, but I think this one is definitely gonna be a peg warmer. I really want to tell you to go out there and support this line by picking these figures up, but of course it is down to your mileage and how much you'd want a Marcus Brody or a René Belloq in this look. I needed it, I bought it, but I know for a fact this is going to be deep discounted very soon, particularly in the run up to Christmas. Nonetheless though, that's my thoughts on this fantastic FIGGIE pack. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And this is me, Daniel East 1000, sign out, and thank you very much for watching.